Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
Hezbollah, star power here in Abu Dhabi.
Cheers, guys.
Second all, it's there for you, because I heard people say, well, I don't want to buy into Medicare.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
You're getting emotional, Tony.
That's because I know what it's like to lose a pet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alternative Jargon, episode number 61. If you notice anything different about this week, I don't have my laptop, and that's because I really don't need any notes for this. This is all going to come straight from the heart of a human being, which is not very common these days. Not a lot comes from human beings anymore. Let's do this. Look at that. Could AI do that? Could AI open a soda? I don't think so. I am really upset right now. I don't think I've been this... I haven't felt this radicalized since I was debating LeBron or Jordan in 2015 at the lunch table. I'm really upset about artificial intelligence again. This is the third episode I've done of this podcast about AI at this point, which doesn't sound like many, but there's only 60 of these. So what's it's 5%, right? AI keeps going. AI won't stop, and it needs to stop. AI needs to be killed. I want to know where these servers are held, that is stored. I don't really even know how that works, to be honest. I don't know if AI is stored. I don't know if it's on the cloud or what. But if I knew where they were, I would empty a water tower on them. I would be willing to sign a petition to drop a nuclear bomb on the servers of ChatGPT. All of them. They need to go. They need to go. It was fun whenever the AI images and videos were Will Smith eating a plate of spaghetti and it looks like analog horror. That was kind of funny. It's not funny anymore. And maybe it never was. Anyone with half a brain hopefully realized that it would get to this point. I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't play brass, but I don't want to toot anything, but... Whenever I did my episode over 2 years ago at this point about AI, and I used a fake voice to pretend to have a fake interview with a guy, I kind of used that as an example to be okay, if you fell for this, that's a little concerning because this stuff is still in its early days. It's only going to get worse from here. And the worst days, they're here, and tomorrow they'll be even worse with this stuff. It never gets better. So, right now on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, I have fans of all backgrounds. So, to my Democrat friends on Twitter, there's a trend. To my Republican friends on X, there's a trend. Where they're making Studio Ghibli AI anything. You put a picture of you and your buddies drinking a beer, and suddenly you're in a Japanese animation, which is really stupid. We've had Snapchat filters for 10 years now, and this is just the newest version of that, except Snapchat filters didn't completely rip off art that takes decades to make. Snapchat filters didn't burn trees to the ground. Snapchat filters didn't make people lose faith in humanity. Unless your crush in 7th grade used the wrong one. She didn't send me the doggy face one with the tongue out. Oh my God, she doesn't like me. That's all this is. You're taking a picture and you're putting a Snapchat filter on it. And there are a lot of people that are drooling over this. Okay, they take a picture of Donald Trump and turn it into an anime, and they're like, oh my God, This is crazy. Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Oh, wow. Look what the computer did. Oh my gosh. It's the greatest thing they've ever seen. I saw one tweet, which, you know, you can judge everything by the ratio it gets, right? So this tweet had 30-something thousand likes and like only 1,000 replies, which means generally people think they aren't hating on this. Now, I don't know if quote tweets count as replies. I don't know how all that works anymore, because I feel like that app changes every other week. But I didn't see any quote tweets of this that had more likes than it. But this tweet was some dude on the beach with his wife and his dog, and it was like, absolute alpha move to make a picture of you and the wifey into Studio Ghibli. Absolute alpha move. And most of the replies are like, "No, this is so sick." And if it's not that, it's people replying with more AI pictures. And nothing has ever made me lose more faith in the human race than this type of stuff does. It actually hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. It doesn't hurt my soul if a candidate wins or loses an election. It doesn't hurt my soul too badly if my team doesn't win the championship. It doesn't hurt my soul to the core if my crush doesn't like me back. You can get over these things. This one hurts, though, because it just shows me that there's a lot of people out there that don't think twice about any of this stuff. If it's trending on Twitter, it must be it's the new thing. Have you seen this week's thing? Oh my gosh, this week's thing is really cool. Look at this week's thing. Except usually this week's thing is harmless. I don't think this is harmless, though. As I mentioned, the Japanese guy that invented this animation style, it would take him like thousands of hours to make like one scene, depending on what it is. That's dead. That's dead. That will never be probably used ever again in a real commercial TV setting, ever. Because why would the big corporation pay a guy to put his heart and soul into something when they could type out a prompt? My favorite is when somebody posts AI slop and they're like, "This is so cool. This one made me feel something." And then you get a guy in the reply section like, "Dude, could you please share the prompt you used? I need to know." It's just not good. It's exhausting. And the fact that they can't see how that is, not just how it looks, but deep down to their core, that they are actively like working to replace themselves, to replace living people, not just in jobs, but in general. Because AI, like every other technology throughout the history of mankind, will grow and get better exponentially. Okay, the curve looks like this. Right now we're like, I don't know where we are. In a few years we might be gone. I don't know. But it's not just going to take jobs. It's going to take like everything. If we continue to go down the path that we're on, there's a legitimate argument to be made that the invention of artificial intelligence is more deadly than the invention of nuclear bombs. And I'm completely serious. Nuclear bombs have been around for 80 years, and they've been used on people twice. We all know who that was. Twice. For all of the Hallapalooza, look at that term. Look at that. I didn't think I'd use that today. For all the Hallapalooza about nuclear bombs and disarmament, there's a good case to be made that nuclear bombs have created the most peaceful 80-year stretch in the history of the world. That's a good case to make, because we all know we have them. We have them, you have them, you have them. Any rational, sane person would never use the things. And so far it's worked. So far it's worked. So far they haven't been put into the hands of a madman with no regard for humanity, which is great. But AI is a different thing. AI is not country versus country, although they're trying to make it that. They're trying to make it that. AI is humanity versus robots. Humanity versus something it created itself that now could potentially be an existential threat to us. Yeah, but the whole country versus country thing, this was maybe a month ago, I don't know. But all of these, shitcoin traders with Bored Ape profile pictures who sit on ChatGPT all day flipped out because, dude, China's AI model is so much better. We're so far behind. This is a Sputnik moment. We're so far behind. I thought OpenAI was good or better than that. They put on that charade. I don't care that theirs is better than ours. Who cares? I don't know how you can weaponize AI in the military. I'm sure you can. I'm sure we're doing it. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But I don't care if China has better Studio Ghibli memes than we do. I could give less of a shit about that. So, as far as we know, the military still operates under the rule of a human thumb. Even if a ruler rules with an iron fist, hopefully there is some flesh under that iron still. I don't think we've completely surrendered our arms to the robots yet, to some guy in Silicon Valley yet, but who knows what the heck's going on. But, this whole... Since the dawn of the internet, you could argue that we are in a second Cold War. Hacking and malware and firewalls and Edward Snowden and spying. You could definitely call that a second world war. The technology Cold War between us, between our enemies, both foreign and domestic. I'm sure every single day there's dudes in Russia, dudes in China, dudes in wherever trying to hack our government and vice versa. I'm sure that happens. It's just like any other military training exercise. Sometimes we're gonna fly a jet into an area that looks sketchy. Don't worry, we're just doing training, okay? It's just like that. But, I sure as heck hope that AI hasn't advanced too far in the military yet. But I did say foreign and domestic. There is a theory that Luigi Mangione was caught because of AI spyware technology, and I actually kind of believe it. Luigi killed... And look, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not defending what he did, okay? I'm not in the cute winter boots movement. He shot a guy, and nothing happened. Nothing's different. Healthcare still sucks. But I think there's a legitimate argument to be made that probably there was some kind of program being utilized to find this guy that we have no clue exists. Because I remember when he shot the guy, and then it was like, a day or two before they caught him? There were pictures of the supposed shooter, like at a gas station or something, which it kind of looked like Mangione, but kind of didn't. And there's like some pictures where apparently his backpack strap doesn't match and yada yada. But they caught him in a McDonald's. And look, there's cameras and everything now. You're being watched at the self-checkout at Walmart. You're being watched at intersections in your car. You're being watched and listened to through your phone. Everywhere. We all know that. Thanks to Ed Snowden. Thank you for your sacrifice. Still not allowed in the U.S., by the way. But I think there's definitely some type of infrastructure deeper than all that, where they can go, oh, we need this. This guy is this tall, this color eyes, this kind of hair, this physiognomy. They type that in and it shoots it out and they find the guy. Maybe when Luigi was getting a fillet of fish and a small fry through the kiosk at McDonald's, punching in his 4-letter code to get the McPoints, by the way, maybe they were watching him through the McDonald's kiosk. Everything is interlinked. Our government is run by corporations, not parties. And maybe McDonald's cut a deal. Hey, CIA, we'll install our spyware if we'll do a contract. Let's hash it out. All right. The whole beef tallow thing. We have to earn higher margins. Somehow we'll cut a deal. Let's make a contract. We'll put a camera in every kiosk. Okay. Camera in every kiosk. Camera in every kiosk. Something like that. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. Because it was kind of suspicious how they found him. I mean, it was basically a blank trail. And then, oh, we found him. There wasn't a manhunt, as far as I know. There wasn't any tense buildup. One day it was, oh, this guy shot people. This mysterious guy is all over Twitter and everywhere. And then, oh, we just got him. Yeah, we just got him. So, and what would be used to find someone through something like that? AI. Probably. The other thing I want to move on to, hold on, I need a sip. Now, obviously, as someone who enjoys consuming high quality art, I like to read books, I like to listen to music, don't we all? Everyone loves art. Whether you're a blue-haired communist at NYU or a guy wearing dude shoes walking into a 7-Eleven to buy Zins. You love art, you just don't know it. Everyone does. Everything is art. This can has art on it. Brand recognition. You know why you walk down an aisle and you recognize the product you like so easily? Oh, because an artist made the box look cool. You know why it's so satisfying to navigate a user interface? Oh, because somebody designed it. That's art. Everything. Literally everything. Your body is a work of art. The organs that help you breathe and keep your heart beating is art. Whether you're a believer in a higher power or not, it's art. It all is. Everything is. So AI goes against all that because it's everything that's made on this earth is either it's all made through a human being or an animal. I'm trying to think what things animals make. All I can think of is a beaver den. What else can animals manufacture? Birds' nests, hornets' nests. My point is that everything that we know and love or hate is made by a living creature with a soul or without a soul. But it's still a living thing. And this might be the first time we've ever seen something in the history of mankind where stuff can be created that is not made by us. Now, we made AI, but AI is not living and breathing. It's not. Robots are not alive. AI is not alive. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But Yeah, nothing ever has been like that. And when I was about to explain this, I almost said it's the first time that organic things have been made, but nothing AI makes is organic. You know what it draws from? Stuff that people make. And it draws from stuff that people make, dumbs it down, and poops it out so some guy can get likes on Twitter. Now, eventually, it won't be as dumbed down. It's already scary how many images you see that are AI generated, and you have to look at it for like 2 minutes just to figure that out. I almost missed his second thumb. Oh my gosh, he almost had me. You slap your knee. Yeah, well, I kind of want to slap AI, to put it nicely, but not only is it going to endanger art, like I said earlier in this episode, it's not dramatic to compare AI to nuclear weapons, and it's also not dramatic to say that it will kill everything. If you have a job where you sit at a desk, which is, in the developed world, a lot of people, billions of people go to work and they sit at a desk. I do it. Maybe you do it. Those jobs could be gone soon. And believe me, if they can get rid of them, they will. Right now I work in marketing. I'm in charge of the paid advertisements that my company makes. So we have a whole team of people. We have, we all do a little bit of each, but we have a video guy. We have a woman who does emails. We have a woman who sets up marketing events. I do the paid advertising like Google and Facebook. And, it all works together. We're a team. That's how humans operate, to achieve a common goal, like marketing our products. But what happens when you say, okay, hey, AI, I need to advertise this product. Make me a graphic with this picture of my product with this text at the top in bold, these product features on this side, my logo in the bottom left. Okay. And then when you're done, can you just post it to my Facebook ads account with a budget of $50 per day and make the budget end next week, or the campaign end next week? That is soon. That's on the horizon. That's on the horizon, and we're moving forward towards it pretty briskly. Because, right now the AI is kind of compartmentalized. There's a few of the big players that sort of dominate the space, but every company now has its own AI, and they all love to advertise it and shove it down your throat. Here at Salesforce, we're using AI in the good way for the future. Grok AI. I'm going to go on Joe Rogan and make dirty jokes and laugh. Here at Grammarly, you can copy and paste an email and we'll summarize it for you. Which, by the way, if you don't have the attention span to read a damn email, not good. Not good. You should feel ashamed. You should feel ashamed for using any of those tools. But what I was saying, everything's kind of compartmentalized in its own thing, which I don't know how that really even works, because some of these companies that have AI models are not even that big. So I don't know how that works, because I'm assuming at this point AI's only been in the mainstream for like a couple years, and it can't be that cheap to get an AI model, especially one that's fit just for your business and specifically towards what you want to use it for. But they all do. Everyone has one. But at some point, just like with everything else that happens, they're going to start collaborating. Like, for example, I do ads on Google Ads, and then also there's Microsoft Ads. And on Microsoft, you can tell Microsoft to just, I'm going to click this button and sign into Google, and then it'll import all of my campaigns I've made in Google into Microsoft. It's like 3 buttons and it's done. That'll eventually be the same with AI. So you can tell, hey, ChatGPT, make this image, send it over to WordPress on their AI, have them check the spelling, send it back over, tweak any little minor mistakes on this thing, and then whip it on over to Google's AI and have them post a campaign for it. Eventually, it'll probably be like that, because that's how everything always works. And if not that, then all of the bigger AI companies will just consume and eat up all the smaller ones. And, it'll be like Agarrio. You ever play Agarrio in middle school? They blocked it on my school computers after a while, but it's like that. Bigger blobs eat the smaller ones, okay? Corporate consolidation. It's business 101. So eventually they all go together and, hey, poof, there goes your marketing department. Poof, there goes your software developing department. Poof, there goes your scheduling department. Your receptionist is on the street, Because if there's one thing we've learned about corporate greed, it's that there's no soul. It's all about the bottom line. It's all about the pockets. And no, I'm not a communist. But, that's just the name of the game. And they don't care about you. If they can cut your job so that they can go on one extra vacation next year, they really want to see south of France. And you're in their way. So you're on the street, dude. We can have AI do it. Get the hell out of here. Get out. You're done. It's going to happen. So if you're in a trade, hats off. You were right. You won. Whether it was a premeditated move to go into a trade school or not, you are going to be more important than you probably are right now very soon. And you're still very important if you're in a trade. So yeah. Now, another thing is even jobs that you wouldn't think could be replaced by AI could probably be replaced by AI. Factory workers. I mean, there's half the factories in the world now just run on robots. The production line at Ford, it was probably a huge thing when the first robot came in and replaced Joe, who would put bolts into the whatever on the factory line. You mean the robot can do it now? Yeah, sorry, Joe. And that is one argument that I've seen about this whole thing, is I've seen all these tech AI loser bros on Twitter reply to people, criticizing AI, and they're like, people said the same thing when the internet came out. What, do you want us to go back to mining coal with children? And, not to quote every rapper ever, but there's levels to this. And there has to be a line in the sand where we go, do we prioritize humanity or do we prioritize the bottom line? Like I said, there's never been anything like AI. And comparing it to something like the internet that's not a reasonable comparison at all, I don't think. The internet is a tool. It's the only people that got replaced by the internet are maybe some people that kept every book in existence on record in the Library of Congress. Maybe that got slashed a little bit, because now we can just upload everything as a PDF and save it on a hard drive. Whatever. The internet didn't really take that many jobs away from people. In fact, I think it probably added jobs. Half the jobs that we have today in the whole world would not be a thing without the internet, because it is the definition of a tool. It complements your lifestyle, hopefully. Obviously, if you spend all day on it, it's not healthy, that's not good, get off. But, to compare the internet to AI is no. You're comparing basically a database of information to something that can replace you. The internet can't replace you. It's just not a thing. Here's another thing. The people at the head of these AI and tech companies are insane people. They're not thinking about people, ever. I mean, think about it. These are people that develop chatbots to talk to. People that look like they haven't seen the light of day since before the turn of the century. Of course, now they're all getting spray tanned and pretending to be right-wing and go on Joe Rogan because they're just lizard people. They don't have a soul. They're going to do whatever they have to do to get more money to throw it into their black hole to make the black hole bigger and eventually consume people. You have people that want to put chips in people's brains. It's transhumanism. It's straight out of a dystopian future. Black Mirror was right, maybe. They want to put chips in your brain. They want to cut you from the workforce for a robot. They want to fly to Mars. How can we get to Mars if we don't put a chip in your brain? We're never going to get there. I think we should have two groups of people. We should have humans, and then we should have demons. That's what they should be classified as, demons, okay? And we should send all the demons to Mars. If you want to be a humanoid, transhuman alien creature with chips in your brain and use AI and not depend on any of your own soft or hard skills, go ahead. Go to the other freaking planet. Get the hell out of here. I don't want you here. And the rest of us, we can stay here and continue to be people on God's green earth, okay? So yeah, I hope you do make it to Mars. And I hope all of you and your Studio Ghibli people go too. Get out. We don't want you. Go role play as an alien 100 million miles away. Be my guest, please. The rest of us people that have a soul and feel comfortable in the body we were given and don't want to become a robot, go ahead. Go check out the desert planet with nothing on it, where it's like negative 20 degrees Celsius or something all day. Go ahead. Get out. It's all about where you draw a line in the sand. And for me, I'm never getting a chip in my head. I'm never using AI for anything creative or productive or for writing an email. Okay, I learned how to type in 4th grade. I learned how to write in like 1st grade. If I need to write an email, I can do that. I can type it out, or I can write it out in my handwriting, scan it as a PDF, and send it. There are many ways. But I'm not going to use Grammarly's AI model to think for me and to choose my vocabulary. That's another thing, too. Are these people that say that AI can be a good complement to increase productivity? You might be right, but you're still taking a human element out of that stuff, whether you think you are or not. It's something as simple as the way different people send emails different at work. Everyone kind of has their own syntax they use when they're talking, when they're writing, all of it. It's what makes us people. It's what makes us different. If we all send emails through Grammarly's smart AI model, that's just another tile flipped over of turning us into robots. I've had colleagues before that joke in emails. I've had colleagues that don't use proper punctuation. I've had colleagues that don't know how to make a signature. And whether it's a good or bad thing, it's a human thing. It's a human thing. Mistakes are human. Choosing words is human. Misspelling a word is human. And it's all beautiful. It is. Because that, if you can't agree with that, then you don't love yourself. You don't love humanity. You don't love the planet you're standing on, or sitting on, or laying on. I think that's just what it comes down to. Are you willing to sacrifice everything that makes us different from each other for the sake of adding a few more dollars to your margin this year? Or getting one step ahead of China? That's the question. Trying to think what else there is. Man. Now, luckily, yesterday was hell on earth on Twitter. I don't sit there and scroll on Twitter all day like people in our federal government do. But I have some free time at work. I'll get on Twitter, see what's going on. While I'm taking a dump, get on Twitter, what's happening. And yesterday was hell on earth on Twitter. My whole feed was this AI slop bullshit all day. I didn't like any of it. The only time I interacted with it was to go to the replies and see if anyone else was as infuriated as I was. But today was a little bit better. Today, almost my whole feed was people hating on it. And that really made me happy. It gave me a little spark in my belief in people again, to see that I was not alone in this. And then I remembered, why am I seeing these posts that are, like, my whole feed is just people that hate this? Oh yeah, because the AI algorithm knows what will keep me addicted to the app for longer. Great. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Goodbye.